The Color Purple Review. In its fifth major iteration, the classic Alice Walker story becomes a movie musical to remember. Alice Walker started the phenomenon with her Pulitzer-winning 1982 book, and 3 years later Steven Spielberg turned it into a movie that got 11 Oscar nominations. In 2005, it took on new life as a Broadway musical, and in 2015 that musical got a Tony and Grammy-winning revival. Along the way it made big film and stage stars out of Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, Cynthia Erivo, Danielle Brooks and Fantasia Barrino, the latter now making her feature-starring debut as Celie in the new film version of the musical she led 18 years ago on Broadway. The Color Purple is indestructible, and that is also a good word to describe director Blitz Bazawule's and screenwriter Marcus Gardley's take that breathes exciting life into the story for new and older generations, but also, to quote an original song from this film, really finds a way to keep it movin'. Musicals have gone through a tough time recently. Broadway hits such as Cats and Dear Evan Hansen fizzled on screen. Perhaps that is why Warner Brothers' 3 trailers for this Color Purple have de-emphasized the songs, only featuring one different tune in each of the trailers. The studio did the same for its just-released Wonka musical, and it had a very promising opening even when audiences discover it is a full-blown Hollywood musical. My guess is on Christmas Day we will see the same upbeat result for Bazawule's version because it happens to be simply dazzling, an irresistible, inspiring, spiritual and ultimately hopeful story that comes alive in vibrant ways. Didn't think there was a need for another take on The Color Purple? Think again. Here it is alternately rousing, moving, toe-tapping, emotional, rich and satisfying. It also helps to have a cast that not only knocks it out of the park but brings new heart to something we only thought we knew so well. I had seen both the original 2005 and the 2015 revival on Broadway and was surprised to see how successful the show's creators were in getting the essence of Walker's book and the '85 film into an entirely different form. Marsha Norman wrote the book and the songs were by Brenda Russell, the late Ali Willis and Stephen Bray, the latter serving as executive music producer here. The music has gotten a bit of a makeover for the film, even if many of the show's songs survive. Bazawule, a multimedia artist whose work includes Beyoncé's visual album Black is King, among many other music and film projects, has brought in pure authenticity by emphasizing the gospel, jazz, and blues roots of the original song score. That makes it all sound less Broadway and more in line with black culture and music, for the most part, an effective boost to the material. Chris Bowers has provided an underscore that perfectly suits the action but respects the sound legions of fans of the live show will be expecting. Where this film stands apart from earlier versions, though, is by getting on the inside of the main character, Celie Barrino, a woman horribly abused by her husband, Mr. Coleman Domingo, and separated from her sister Nettie and her children. Here the downer nature of all that is augmented and lifted by imagination, both hers and the filmmakers. Through magical realism and some dazzling set pieces even Gene Kelly might be wowed by, the fine choreography is by Fatima Robinson, we get to visit Celie's inner world, and that helps us to understand more than ever the spirit that willed her to survive all the cruelty around her. Of course, there also is the sisterhood bonding she shares with Shug Avery, Taraji P. Henson, and Sophia Danielle Brooks, who help Celie see past the indignities thrust upon her. This trio together makes up the heart and soul of The Color Purple, and the stars brought on to put them on film could not be better. Fantasia delivers one of those rare movie debuts that make you wonder what took so long after she blew up on American Idol all those years ago. Both she and Brooks, who played Sophia for a year in the Broadway revival, have shed the stage versions they played, only to reignite these characters in exciting ways for the screen. Brooks' sassy and scene-stealing "Hell No" number stops the show, as does Henson's sultry and sexy version of "Push the Button." Henson has sung before, most recently as Miss Hannigan in NBC's Annie Live, but man does she blow up this movie in ways that I didn't expect. She is the unexpected secret weapon, a force of nature.